Hey, do you like true crime? Me too. And I know what you're thinking. There's so many true crime pods out there, you've already heard all the stories. Well, what if I were to tell you you're wrong? I'm Leroy Luna, the host of Excuse Me, That's Illegal, the podcast that takes a hardcore look at softcore crime. I've got a back catalog of hundreds of bizarre and hilarious stories just waiting to be heard by you. So come join me. Excuse Me, That's Illegal is available anywhere you get your favorite podcasts, with new episodes dropping on the 10th, 20th, and 30th every month, baby!
Hello, I'm Alison Larkin, writer, comedian, narrator, and host of the Jane Austen podcast. Join me as we embark on a journey through Austen's timeless stories, starting with Pride and Prejudice. The Jane Austen podcast with Alison Larkin is available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Let's hang out, and let's talk about what lessons are found. And let's listen to two lesbians shout. Let's hang out.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Let's Hang Out, the podcast with those two lesbians that you've missed all summer.
Oh, and I've missed everyone too! From the East Coast, I'm Ellie Brigida.
And from the West Coast, I'm Lee Holmes Foster, and welcome to the first episode of Season 2, 20Gayteen.
Oh, 20Gayteen has blessed us all in so many ways that we need to talk about and celebrate them all with you. To those of you who are just joining us from Season 1, thank you as always for listening. And if you're a new listener, welcome. We are so excited to have you here.
We are so excited for Season 2. We want to share with you some of the new things that are going to be coming your way this season.
First, we have some new segments, starting with Cue the Jingle.
This week in the Lesdom.
This week in the Lesdom is a place that we can kind of touch base every episode, let you guys know things that are going on with the podcast, things that are going on in our lives, things that are going on in the world in general.
And this week's will be a little bit longer than usual because we have so many updates to share.
First of all, we have a new theme song you might have noticed at the beginning. So we have some more guitars. Ellie's got some new toys.
Yes, I do.
And we're featuring vocals from our patrons, which we're super excited about in the Let's Hang Out Echoes.
Let's hang out.
We also did an entirely new rebrand. So you're going to be seeing a slightly different logo, some slightly different social media images, things like that are going to be a little new.
And we wanted to say thank you to Jana Heidenreich and Emily Doolittle for their hard work on our new branding.
Love you guys. Also, other people that we love, we signed a manager, so we will be working with someone who's going to be booking us some more exclusive interviews for all of you.
And she's also going to be booking us some live shows, which we're very excited about, so we can meet more of you in person.
Because that is our favorite thing ever to do, ever.
I'm so excited. It's like months and months out, but I'm really, really excited.
It just gives us something to look forward to.
Oh, yeah.
And we've also expanded our team, which you can see now on the team page of our website. So we have a bunch of people that are going to be joining us this season. We're excited to have Rebecca Noyes and Jennifer Lee. They're going to be helping us with our YouTube channel. We also have Kayla Allen as our video editor. Some of you might know Kayla because she's done videos for us back in Season 1 with our L'Essentials songs. We also have Emily Doolittle as our graphic designer, and she's made a lot of the shirts on our site already.
Which I'm literally wearing one right now. And we've also just signed with Acast, which is an advertising and hosting platform. So you may start to hear some more ads and sponsored episodes, which we're really excited about because that means we can continue to make this content free for you.
We're also going to be doing a big Patreon push for Season 2. So we are working towards 100 patrons before September 17th. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's a membership platform where you can support us or other creators for as little as $1 a month. That's like nothing.
Yeah, $12 a year. Nada.
It's like literally nothing. And in return, you would get more exclusive access to the podcast, a lot of other fun perks, and if you become a part of our Patreon family before September 17th, you could get the chance to be featured on one of our episodes.
Which is pretty cool.
It's a lot of fun.
It's so much fun. I've been loving interacting with our patrons lately. We just made this new Facebook group, so we've gotten to know everyone. And they're from all over. It's crazy. We have people from Sweden, the UK, North Carolina, which is like pretty far, Minnesota.
It's like another planet.
Yeah, it's wild. We're also expanding into YouTube, which I am very excited about. so we can make more consistent queer content for you. We're going to be releasing weekly videos on our channel as much as we can, so make sure to subscribe and be the first one to see them.
We have so much going on this season.
It's so much. I'm so winded from that intro.
It's a lot. We promise this week in the Lesdom will be shorter in the future. We just have too much to share with you guys. It's been a long summer. We've been working on a lot of stuff. And we're so excited to get started. So we cannot wait to keep doing this with all of you. Let's do it.
Let's get in here. All right. So I think before we start, we have to say, what is 20Gayteen?
If you don't know already,
if you don't know,
if you live under a rock and you haven't heard,
you should get out under the rock and listen to the podcast.
Is this the new, like, coming out of the closet? Come out from under
come
rock.
out from under the rock, Carol. I don't know. They're always named Carol. But 20Gayteen is basically the year 2018, but you just add gay instead of 8.
Because it's the gayest year ever.
Because it really is a pretty gay year.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to take this first episode just to talk about all the amazing things that have happened so far in 2018 and the things that we're excited about coming up. And I feel like we're going to try to organize these by categories. So we're going to start with music, because that's my favorite part of 2018.
Well, we're both music people.
Yeah, we're both music people. So let's get in there. And of course, we couldn't talk about 20Gayteen without Hayley Kiyoko.
I mean, of course.
Of course. Who has been termed lesbian Jesus by the masses. People also say that she termed the phrase 20Gayteen because she tweeted it once, and therefore she did it. I don't know.
Yeah, so the world may never know who actually was the first person, but as far as we can tell, she's taking credit, which is fair.
It's fine because she's a huge part of 2018. So I want to talk about, because I actually went to a Hayley Kiyoko concert.
So jealous.
Pretty recently. And fun fact, check out our YouTube series because we recorded a video at the Hayley Kiyoko concert. It was pretty fun.
Spoiler, that's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. But I just think those concerts are hilarious because, okay, before Hayley Kiyoko went on tour, if you were trying to figure out if someone was gay, I feel like all you have to do is be like, so, like, have you seen the latest Hayley Kiyoko music video? And they're like, who's Hayley Kiyoko? And you're like, okay, I have to stay away from you. Or if they're like, oh my God, yes, loved it. You're like, interesting.
Lean in a little closer.
Yeah, lean in. So the concert is just like an explosion of that. It was just so many queer women in one space, which are my favorite things to do. So
it's like our mecca.
Yeah, it was a highlight of my 2018.
But let's talk about Hayley Kiyoko music videos. What's your favorite?
Okay. This is a hard question, but I did really love What I Need, her newest one with Kehlani, just because that makeout.
It's something.
There have been quite a few music videos released lately, girls, where, they're like, oh, girls are kissing. And it was like a freaking hologram kiss. Like, Hayley Kiyoko and Kehlani made out hard, running.
They did that. They did that for us, for you and for me, and for all of you listening. They did that.
And for 2018.
And for 2018.
They did it. Yeah.
Yes.
So good. I mean, also, if we're talking old school Hayley Kiyoko, Girls Like Girls, it's iconic. It's so good. And the thing I love about Hayley Kiyoko is we're just going to let's just say Hayley Kiyoko is amazing, because why not? Obviously. That she's a really great director. Like, I'm pretty sure she writes all her music videos. And, she tells a really good story. Yeah, so, the Girls Like Girls video is such a good story. It, almost feels like a movie more than a music video.
And that's, so if I had to pick a favorite, I think my favorite right now is Curious. And I agree, same thing, right? There's a whole story in there. But what's funny is the reason I want to talk about Curious is I actually love Curious. To me as a music video, there's two things going on, right? There's the half of the music video that's the story of her at the party with the girl and the new boyfriend and the blah, blah, blah. There's also the other half of it, which is literally just Hayley Kiyoko lying on the floor with hot women draped over her, stroking her body, which I just think is amazing.
Because why not?
Because why not? And because also Right, that's like such a music video thing that happens all the time, like for no reason, and you never question it when it's just like a dude with like Lady Candy laying on top of him.
Lady Candy? Oh, I love it.
Yeah, now it's Hayley Kiyoko, and what I think is amazing is, yes, Lesbian Jesus, she's amazing, she's an amazing singer, an amazing performer, but what I also love is there's just something so wonderful about having that type of representation of someone who's just going to really, like, lean in that hard to the Lesbian Jesus status. Like, she is not just openly gay, she is, like, openly gay and, like, she's just like, here I am, bitches. Like, take it or leave it. This is what it is. And I love that.
She's like, I'm openly gay and I will accept the position of lesbian sex symbol. Like, and I will lean, like, hard.
She has leaned the fuck into that and I am here for it. Yeah. So that's my take on Curious. Like, I love it. I love that it's just in there for, like, no reason. It's like, I can do this in a music video, so why not?
Why not?
Why not? Right.
And I feel like also we could have another episode about Hayley Kiyoko. Honestly, I would love to have Hayley Kiyoko on the podcast. Ugh. Come on.
A girl can dream,
Come on,
right?
Lesbian Jesus.
A lesbian podcast can dream.
Right? So I feel like that's enough, Hayley, because we gotta keep moving. There's just so much to talk about.
Because there's other amazing music things going on in 20Gayteen.
And this is my number one, like, by far.
It's your number one, but you put Hayley Kiyoko first in the list.
I know, because, like, she termed it just made sense chronologically, okay? But
they're all number one, you guys, is the point.
Yes, 20Gayteen, everyone is on this on this upper level, but, like, let's talk about Janelle Monáe.
Let's do it. Why not? We should talk about Janelle Monáe, because boy, has Janelle Monáe blessed us in the year of our Lord, 20Gayteen.
Like, I am hyperventilating right now. Because, number one, I also just, like, Hayley Kiyoko's a good singer, but Janelle Monáe's voice is, like...
Yeah.
She's just amazing. Like, she's incredibly talented. Yeah. And I just, like, freak out when I hear her voice. It's so good. But besides that, she just came out as pansexual, which is huge and is a huge bump for representation for the pansexual community.
Absolutely.
Because I think, like, we in the queer community know what pansexual is, but outside of it, I feel like people literally still make a joke like, oh, you're into a pan? You know what I mean? Like, they literally are idiots. And fun fact, which I think is really interesting, is that, oh my God, and I'm going to forget the exact stat, but it's a huge stat. After Janelle Monáe came out, the Google search for the word pansexual increased by 3,000%.
Wow.
Like, that's incredible. And such a powerful statement to be like, because I feel like sometimes we're like, oh, does it really matter? Like, do public figures need to come out? And of course, like, it's on you. Like, you can do whatever you want. Like, it's your own sexuality.
You shouldn't be pressured.
Your own choice. But there also is something to be said about it really makes an impact.
Yeah. Like, all of a sudden, like, your Aunt Edith out in, Minnesota is Googling pansexual to learn about it.
Exactly. Like, it's huge. Like, the amount of reach that you can get as a public figure and educating the world is huge.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because I think Janelle Monáe is not just an amazing singer. I mean, she's also an actress, and so all of a sudden you have all these people who know her from a variety of different things, so suddenly someone's going, oh my God, I saw her in Hidden Figures. She came out as pansexual. What does it mean? And now they're learning.
Yes, which is amazing. All right.
Yeah, and that's also awesome that it's Google and people are taking it on themselves to, like, educate themselves about it, so.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Excellent.
But speaking of her music, we obviously have to talk about The Way You Make Me Feel music video. Like, I mean, I love...
The day that dropped...
Janelle Monáe's arc. Like, this, someone needs to make a movie about this year in Janelle Monáe's life. Like, just this year.
Because not only did she come out, I feel like she, like, slow burned us.
Yeah.
She slow burned her coming out. And it was amazing.
Yeah, we were like, she is, right? Like,
right.
And, I mean, I think before this, she was open about being more fluid. I think she said she didn't want to define herself or something like that.
She hadn't labeled at all.
Yeah. So it's not like she was like, I'm straight, and we were all like, oh my God, she's not.
Right. But she hadn't said anything kind of concrete, you know, and that video drops, and of course we are all watching it 85 times that day. You know, you're just like looping it on repeat, and we're all watching it going, oh my God, could this be any gayer? If you like,
yes,
and no.
I mean, it's amazing, and it's also like huge for bisexual representation because it's a bisexual music video. So for any of you who have not seen the video, she is dancing with a man and a woman, both ridiculously attractive human beings.
Hey, Tessa Thompson.
And sort of, hey, Tessa Thompson, we see you, and we will be talking about you right now, to be real. But yeah, so this was one of the also pivotal moments in the Janelle Monáe, Tessa Thompson saga of this year, where there has been speculation for a while about Janelle Monáe.
Speculation, hopes, dreams. You know, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. We all have wanted Janelle Monáe and Tessa Thompson to be together in this beautiful bliss. And this music video was just like, okay, yeah, they're so hot together. There's some serious chemistry there. And same thing, slow burn here again. Then finally...
Yeah. There's The Way You Make Me Feel. They drop the Pink video. They start dropping like little teaser clips of the whole film, and you know, people are picking out like the still frames from like one shot of the film of them on the beach together, going, "Oh my God, you guys, look at this! They're totally together. They're totally together."
Yep.
Just waiting. I mean, it was crazy. It
was wild. And then finally, Tessa Thompson publicly comes out and says that she is with Janelle Monáe.
Praise lesbian Jesus, who we just talked about.
Honestly, like, that was a day.
It's been a lot of days. This is why we're doing a 20Gayteen episode, you guys, because there's been some days.
There have been some days, and it's just like, I want to cry. I think I might cry right now. Like, it was just so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy for myself that I get to see them.
It was beautiful. They're beautiful. Everything's beautiful. It's great.
Yeah, so Janelle Monáe and Tessa Thompson, like, just thank you for everything that you have done this year.
From the bottom of our little gay hearts.
From the bottom of our little gay hearts. Thank you. Oh, all right. So then we have to talk about another... queer pairing in the music world, and that is
they never end.
Demi Lovato and Kehlani.
Whew.
Because Demi, also love Demi, so I love her. I love her. Demi came out as bisexual this year in her documentary, right? Then Kehlani opened for her on the tour, which I am so upset that I couldn't go to that tour, because what a phenomenal pairing. And we get additionally blessed with them making out on stage on a bed.
Oh my God. Same thing. That was a day.
That was a day.
When that video came out, when people started sharing that on the social medias.
That was a day. I mean, and at this point too, I think we do need to give Kehlani some space as well.
Oh yeah.
Because she is also a queer icon. She's been very public about her sexuality from the beginning. Honey is just like one of my favorite songs of all time. And I feel like she's climbing her way up there, and I just cannot wait till she is like the household name too, because she's incredible. Yeah.
Okay, we need to fly through the rest of our music section because we're not going to get to anything.
I know.
We have such a long list of 20Gayteen
There's so
events,
many things, people.
It's ridiculous.
Okay, so super quickly, let me just talk about Tovlo's Bitches new music video. Have you seen it?
I haven't. Okay, so here's the problem. I have been the person living under a rock this summer because we've been on hiatus, so I can take care of a baby. And so I have missed a lot of stuff, so I have not seen it yet, and I'm going to go check it out as soon as we finish recording.
All right, so you have to check it out. I'm just going to give you
paint me a word
quick
picture
synopsis, okay? Tovlo and all of the other women in her music video teach a heterosexual male how to give his girlfriend head.
Oh, good. They should.
In the most dramatic, like, weird, kinky sex dungeon type of way. Does
it work?
It's amazing. No, I loved it. I watch it on repeat. Just watch it. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you.
Picking up some tips.
Also, thank you, Tovlo, for that. And I guess this means...
Men check it out, maybe.
Yeah, men check it out. Help yourself.
Okay.
help your ladies.
Excellent.
That's all. Yeah, there's so much. All right. We're going to move into our movies section. I feel like we have to mention Love, Simon, even though, to be real, I haven't seen it.
And I haven't seen it, so we have very little to say about it, but we should mention it.
So I'm really sorry that I haven't seen it on the list, but amazing to have a mainstream movie with such box office success about a gay coming out story that was treated like a normal high school movie and not so, like, overly dramatic and everything. From what I have heard. I can't say too much about it, but we still want to mention it because it's important. But I do want to talk about The Miseducation of Cameron Post because I'm more excited about that film. Yeah. And have you seen the trailer?
I have seen the trailer.
Okay, so I've seen the trailer. I have not seen the movie. It just came out yesterday.
I feel like I should give... Well, yeah, because we're recording this a little earlier.
Yes.
I feel like I should give a heavy disclaimer of, like, every movie we talk about, I have not seen, because I have not left my house in, like, 2 months.
That's okay.
So
I've seen a few.
I have seen nothing.
I've seen a few.
Okay.
So we can at least talk about that. I'm just
here for color commentary and to make Ellie feel like she's less alone.
Thank you. I'm not alone.
I'm here.
But I'm really excited about The Miseducation of Cameron Post. It looks like a less campy But I'm a Cheerleader, so I'm really into it. It's basically...
Because we might have some feelings about But I'm a Cheerleader.
Yes, and we will be talking about that very, very soon. All right, sorry to plow through this, but this was a day. Ocean's 8.
It started when they released, like, the poster, right? So they released the poster with the picture of all of them. I think that came right before the trailer. And immediately you had all these dudes, like dude bros online, losing their shit. Why do we need an Ocean's remake?
Blah, blah,
Why do we need
blah.
to do everything with women? Why do we have to make everything PC? And on the other side, you had the entire queer world just losing their minds.
Because it is I mean, the cast is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I would have settled for Ocean's 2 with
Which two, Ellie? Which two?
Who do you think?
I mean,
Sandra Bullock and Cate Blanchett. But then that I would have left out Sarah Paulson. So that's okay.
So true. See, it's how do you?
It's honestly, you're right. Ocean's 8. We needed it. And it's not an actually gay film, so we're definitely doing a Should Have Been Gay on this.
Oh, God, yes.
But, like we said, under a rock, Lee has to see the movie before we can talk about it.
I have to see everything. It's so bad. But I will say, what I want to say about Ocean's 8 is, because I actually saw something, I know we're past Love, Simon, but I'm going to bring Love, Simon back up, because I read what I think is, like, the worst article about Love, Simon, where they were saying, you know, do we need Love, Simon?
Oh,
and their
God.
whole take was, you know, oh, gay people are so much more accepted these days. It's so much easier for teenagers to come out. Do you need this movie, right? And I think that you get the same response from all of the guys who were very upset that we're remaking the Ocean's franchise full of women. And the answer is, fuck yes, we need these movies, right? Absolutely. We live in this world right now where everything is a remake, a sequel, a reboot. Everything is sort of derivative, and the truth of the matter is, if you're going to remake movies that already exist, all I want is to see them done with women or with queer people, because that's what I want to see. I want to see myself on screen, right? Representation matters. So, yes, absolutely, I want an Ocean's movie done with all women. That's all I want to see. I want to see women doing bank heists. I want to see women falling in love. I want to see cheesy rom-coms with queer people, with minorities, with non-binary people. That's, I think, the next big frontier is I want, like, a major non-binary character in like a feature film or in a TV series, you know. But yes, I want to see them, and yes, we need those movies. So yeah, I need to see Ocean's 8. I know it should have been gay. We'll get there.
Great rant, Lee. Great rant.
Guys, I haven't gotten to rant on this podcast for the whole summer. I have a lot of things built up. I have emotions that need to come out.
I know. I also feel like I want to share at this point that sometimes, actually like all the time, me and Lee are in pretty constant communication. And sometimes Lee will just say to me, oh, I have something to tell you, but I have to wait. And literally wait till we're in front of a microphone to tell me. So there's a lot of pent up stuff here.
I just told Ellie before we started recording that I have a story that I want to tell her that has to do with our next Essentials movies. Not But I'm a Cheerleader, which is the one that we're going to be recording soon, but the one after that, which means I have a story that I'm not going to get to tell her for like months. It's so stupid, but I have to hold on to it because I want her to hear it for the first time on the podcast with you guys when you all hear it. So these are the sacrifices we make for you, our listeners that we love.
Lee's going to have a heart attack because she's holding all the gay in.
It's tough. It's really tough. It just leaks out sometimes.
Sometimes it leaks out. I like that. Sounds sort of gross, but also agreed.
Yeah, well.
It's fine. All right, our next gay film we have to talk about is Disobedience.
Yes, which I also haven't seen, but already have a lot of emotions about.
Yes, I did see it. I saw it in Boston at a special showing. I will say, I don't know how, okay, unpopular opinion, but I feel like I should still say my opinion.
Okay, drama. Do we need like a drama?
Drama jingle. I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Okay.
In that it was a great movie, but I don't feel like I need to see it again.
Interesting.
So what I think was great about it is the representation, because it's a completely different story than we've seen, right? Of this Orthodox Jewish community. And it's like it's pretty realistic. Like this is a real thing that could happen and all this kind of stuff. I also felt like the sex scene, controversial, was just very confusing to me because I loved it and I also hated it.
Yeah.
And you haven't seen the sex scene, but
I know. I mean, I know a lot about it. Yes, I have seen many responses and discussions and a lot of feelings about this sex scene.
Yes, because it was really like I was really into it. It starts off and they're like touching each other. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm into it. Like pretty realistic. Like, I like this. This is like, seems like real lesbian sex. Ooh, right. Cool. Then all of a sudden, this part in the middle, which myself and my girlfriend, just dropping that in there, call baby birding. Where...
Is that the technical term? That's the, is that the Urban Dictionary?
The Urban Dictionary term is called baby birding.
Okay, great.
Where Rachel...
One of the Rachels. Rachel over Rachel.
Spits into the other Rachel's mouth.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people...
We don't want to yuck anyone's yum.
I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. But for me, it was a turnoff. That's all I'm saying. And also has led to a lot of times of my girlfriend trying to baby bird me, which I don't appreciate.
I love how you just not only dropped that you have a girlfriend very casually, but also now are like, and here's intimate details of our sex life together.
Yeah, maybe we'll cut that out.
We went from 0 to 100 real fast. Right.
Okay, it's a joke when she does it. Just a heads up. Not real, yes. But...
No, but I've seen a lot of things about that, and it's always interesting to me. I know I've seen some things with, again, one of the Rachels talking about, you know, the close set aspect of it, some of, you know, how they gave them a little free rein to kind of direct and choreograph themselves to a certain extent. But then you always wonder, where I'm like, did you get input from lesbians or any women who have sex with other women? you know, it's always interesting to me because I think it's because I'm sure all of us have had so many conversations, especially when you're first coming out, and if you came out younger, like in college and stuff, that you always have those conversations with your friends who are like, so how does lesbian sex even work?
Yeah.
You know? So straight women don't seem to have a really firm grasp of what takes place in the bedroom with two women. So I'm always curious, like, who actually chimed in? Like, did they get, you know, expert input on choreographing this scene? Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent again. It's fine. Baby birding.
But yeah, baby birding. But
baby birding is the takeaway.
Besides that, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I guess it still was realistic. So in that sense, like, good on you. It was a realistic lesbian sex scene, and for those two characters, clearly that's something that they enjoy doing together. So, like, I'm not gonna say it was good representation.
Yeah, but it's an interesting way to. It's an interesting thing to throw in there.
But yeah,
just kind of out of the blue, like, because I feel like a lot of people are going to see that sex scene because it was such a major movie. I think a lot of people are going to see that and then assume, oh, this is like typical lesbian sex behavior.
Every lesbian spits in the other lesbian's mouth.
All lesbians are into baby birding, which I'm going to say is probably a little bit of a you know, inaccurate generalization.
If you are into baby birding, it's okay.
More power to you guys.
But it just wasn't for me. That's all.
At Radiolab, we love nothing more than nerding out about science, neuroscience, chemistry.
But we do also like to get into other kinds of stories. Stories about policing or
politics,
country music,
hockey,
sex. Of bugs.
Regardless of whether we're looking at science or not science, we bring a rigorous curiosity to get you the answers.
And hopefully make you see the world anew.
Radiolab, adventures on the edge of what we think we know.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
There's a lot going on right now. Mounting economic inequality, threats to democracy, environmental disaster, the sour stench of chaos in the air. I'm Brooke Gladstone, host of WNYC's On the Media. Want to understand the reasons and the meanings of the narratives that led us here, and maybe how to head them off at the pass? That's On the Media's specialty. Take a listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Just keep it simple.
I'm making the promo.
Just keep it simple. Just say, hey, we're the Brav Bros. Two guys that talk about Bravo.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're the Brav Bros.
No.
Oh.
Dude, stop with the voice. Just keep it simple.
I've seen promos on TV, dude. This is how you get the fans engaged. This is how you get listeners. We're trying to get listeners here. If we just say, oh, we're two dudes that talk about Bravo, people are going to get tired of it already. We need some oomph.
All right, then fine. Let's try to do it with your voice.
Brav Bros.
Good job.
Yeah.
All right, now we have to talk about another super influential gay film of the year.
Yes.
Which is Call Me By Your Name, which you have not seen either.
I've seen none of these movies.
That's okay.
I don't leave my house anymore. It's fine.
I watched Call Me By Your Name on an airplane, which I feel like is like the best place to watch gay movies.
Was it edited? Did they edit stuff out?
Oh, no.
Nice.
No.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was all very graphic. Everything that they did, they left in there.
Were you sitting next to like a stodgy middle-aged white dude?
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent.
But you know, I was in it, and I also cried my eyes out.
Yeah, which seems to be a common response. It's emotional from what I hear.
Yeah, there's a speech by the father at the end, basically about like loving someone is never a waste, you know? Like, I don't want to give any spoilers, but it's like it's a tumultuous time in their relationship. It's when the father basically tells his son that he knows about his relationship, and also like gives this whole speech about how like loving someone with all your heart is like not an easy thing to do, and he did it. And
I'm going to start crying right now.
It's beautiful. Exactly. And I just, I was crying on an airplane next to some random dude.
Which is the best place to cry.
Yeah, right? Beautiful, beautiful film. But it's also the same thing. Maybe it's just a personal thing for me where I'm like, that's a really good movie, but I don't need to see it again. I feel that way about a lot of very well done, beautiful films. Like, I love watching like stupid comedies over and over and over. Right. But like those like super dramatic, really intense movies, I'm like, saw it once, loved it, but probably won't see it again, you know?
Kind of, it has that specific time and place where, you know, you have to be in the right mood to watch those sometimes.
Yeah. This is a completely different type of movie, the next movie I'm about to talk about, which I think is so funny. But the movie Blockers, which is a comedy, have you heard of it?
I have, but I didn't even know it had a gay storyline.
Yeah, so that's the cool thing about it, is they sort of just, like, dropped it in. Like, and it made sense for the film.
Snuck it in.
I saw this post the other day where someone was like, if you're going to have queer characters in your TV show or movies, like, good for you, but, like, don't brag about it in your press tour. Like, I want there to be a day where, like, it's obviously an important part of the movie, but, like, don't use it as part of your, like, PR campaign. And so I think that's what's really awesome about Blockers, is that they didn't use it as part of their PR campaign. They weren't like, this is a gay thing. But the parents are trying to stop their kids from having sex. That's the whole point of it. And one of the parents, his motivation for stopping his daughter from having sex is because he thinks she's a lesbian. and I mean, spoiler alert, she is a lesbian, but she's not out. And he's like, I want to stop her from having an unwanted heterosexual experience before she comes out. Like, that's the whole point.
Aw, that's adorable.
And it was so cute and took me by surprise because I was really not expecting it. I was like, oh, funny movie, cool. I loved it. Like, it was such a different take on that, right? And then there is a whole speech where he's like trying to stop her from having sex, and he tells her like how much he loves her and like that it's okay that she's gay and that he doesn't want her to be a lesbian who's had sex with a man or whatever. It's like, it's such a like interestingly put.
A+ dad who wants to have, you know, sex with.
Yeah, I mean, some people do. It's okay. But
I know, but for you and I, Ellie.
Yes, but I do appreciate that. Like, if
way to go, Dad. Sex positive, but you know.
Yeah, he's like, just make sure you have sex with a woman.
Sexuality. A+ parenting, right there.
I really loved that, and thought it was a really cute storyline. So I thought it was worth mentioning.
Absolutely. I think that rounds out the list of movies that I have not seen and just spent way too much time talking about.
That's okay. Oh gosh. So now we're going to get into TV, which is going to get us even more crazy.
I know. And I feel like we should try to run through these. We tried to pick the big ones. I know we're missing things. There's so much that more than we can even cover. There's so much more than we even have time to keep up with these days. It's been ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Which is amazing. Like, that's the whole point of what we're saying. Give us more representation so we can pick and choose what we want to watch. So we're not like, okay, and there were 4 lesbian characters on TV this year, so that's all we can talk about.
Right. Yeah. So we are going to run through a little bit of, you know, things that you might know about, things that you might not know about in terms of queer rep on our TV screens. Starting with a big one this season was Black Lightning, because we had a lesbian superhero with a girlfriend. Again, you had an established queer character, which I always love.
Yep.
And we had not just a lesbian superhero, but a Black lesbian superhero, which is a huge deal. So that was super cool and super awesome to see as a storyline.
Oh, yeah. And then speaking of lesbian superheroes, this is in the future, but there's been a lot of talk lately about Batwoman. And Batwoman is going to be the first lesbian title character superhero.
Woohoo.
Which is amazing. And what's also super great about it is that Greg Berlanti, who's one of the producers, really wants to cast a queer actress.
Yes,
which
is huge.
We're always talking about, like, have queer people represent themselves because they can tell their story more authentically. Please, please,
Super
please.
excited to see who they cast and to see where that goes.
Yeah, and there have been a bunch of names being thrown out, like some of our favorites, obviously, Natasha and Elise and some other queer actresses. Super pumped about it. And yeah, I'm just excited to see who it is.
Yeah.
I'm also like, how do I get on that casting call? Batwoman is a redhead.
Ellie's like, I'm super excited to see who it is. Fun fact,
It's
I act,
me.
But I mean,
Fun fact, I have no clue who it is because my agent won't let me say.
yeah, right.
That would be crazy. I do think I'm probably going to dress up as Batwoman for Halloween this year. I've already decided.
Oh my god.
Either that or Poison Ivy. I'm just really feeling that either I'm good or I'm bad, but I'm some sort of
excellent. I love it.
Yeah.
We can't wait to see it. You know we're gonna get a million Instagram photos and stories. So
oh yeah, it's gonna be great. Okay. And then of course the new season of Orange Is the New Black came out.
Which
you also haven't seen, which is fine.
I just want to keep my streak going of I have no idea what's happening in queer culture. It's so good that I have a podcast for this.
You really need to get back into it, Lee. It's okay.
I'm crushing it, you guys. I'm crushing it.
Lee has a baby that is pretty much always either awake or napping, but barely, right?
Yeah, or eating,
or doing something.
They're a lot of work when they're little. She's getting there. We're getting there.
One of these days, pretty soon.
Yeah,
pretty soon. Baby will be watching all the gay things with you.
Oh god, yeah. She's gonna be steeped in queer rep and culture. It's gonna be great.
She's gonna be like, wait, straight people exist?
We're hoping to keep it from her until maybe high school, and then we'll break it to her gently. Yeah.
But I do want to just really quickly mention Orange Is the New Black because this season there was a new lesbian character named Daddy.
Which is just amazing.
Come on, people.
Yeah.
But I will say I was like, Daddy, that's ridiculous. And then I was I was pretty attracted to them.
You were into it?
Yeah, they're pretty hot. So it was okay, Daddy, I see it.
And the timing is great. Daddy culture is a big thing right now, so.
Yeah, it was big. And of course,
so why not?
Piper and Alex get married. Big deal.
Spoiler alert. I haven't watched the season yet, but that's cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. But spoiler. But they've been engaged. It's not really that wild of a spoiler. So we have a cute little lesbian wedding in the prison, which is cute.
Everyone loves a lesbian wedding.
Right? This is not lesbians, but to keep us trucking along, we have to talk about Queer Eye.
Queer rep in general. I think, how do you leave Queer Eye off the list of 20Gayteen?
You cannot.
It's back.
It's back, and it's so great.
It's back and better than ever.
I love Queer Eye. Yet another show that I just binge with my girlfriend. How many times can Ellie say girlfriend in this episode?
We're gonna keep count. We should have a little a tracker.
Yeah, we should. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
But I love it. It's amazing. I know you all love it. And even more exciting, there is a lesbian version of Queer Eye coming out. Butch Pal for the Straight Gal. They have completed their Kickstarter funding. Amazing. And
we are so stoked.
I'm excited to see what's up for them. Maybe we'll even have them on the podcast. We will see.
Yes, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Do you know Cheryl and Tony?
I know Cheryl and Tony. I don't watch Riverdale. I read the recaps of Riverdale and I watch a lot of the clips, so I'm familiar with Cheryl and Tony.
So, of course, we have to talk about Cheryl and Tony. Shoni.
I love ship names.
I love ship names as well.
Yes.
And one of the main pieces of content that I've watched from them is the musical episode of Riverdale. So
yes,
I love it.
And I think someone just released a queered version of that, right? With Brittany Ashley in it, I think.
Oh my gosh, I need to watch it.
Yeah, you should look it up. So there you go. So lots of things happening on Riverdale. There's also, how can we not mention Winona Earp, which is back for its third season right now, but already announced at Comic-Con this year, season 4.
Yeah, because ballers. Because we're all ballers, and we know how to get shit renewed.
Which, not only Winona Earp renewed, but also Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which had been canceled by Fox and was picked up, the next day?
Yeah.
Just about, by NBC, picked it up for season 6. It will be coming back. That's huge, obviously, because Stephanie Beatrice, who is bisexual herself and plays bisexual Detective Rosa Diaz, so it's always huge to keep bisexual rep on our screens because it is even harder to come by sometimes than lesbian or gay representation. So there you go.
Wow, so much TV.
Queer fans, you guys, we get shit done.
We get shit done.
Okay. Do we have time? Can we fly through a couple other things?
Yeah, we got to get through a few more things. Here we go.
Okay.
So we would be remiss. I felt like I needed to use the word remiss right there.
It was very fancy.
We would be remiss to not talk about
say it again.
We would be remiss. Ooh. Yes. To not talk about some of the athletes from this year who have been huge for queer representation. Specifically, Adam Rippon, who is an American figure skater in the Olympics. Gay little boy.
As the day is long. I mean,
and so cute.
When we talk about people who lean into their gay, yeah. He absolutely does. But he's adorable.
Amazing and such great representation for our community. So just want to mention him. And then also Gus Kenworthy, who kissed his boyfriend.
But it was the sweetest thing.
And
ever.
Yeah. And it is so important. I think he wrote about the kiss that he wished that when he was a kid, he was watching the Olympics and saw one of his inspirations kissing their partner. So I think it is a really important moment and a really beautiful representation for our community. So
it is. And also Gus Kenworthy is great because I mean, not to downplay Adam Rippon in any way, but I think that when people see figure skaters who are gay and they go, oh yeah, sure, girly figure skating, of course you're gay, but I love that Gus Kenworthy does what is such a dude bro sport and is so also comfortably openly gay as well, so that people can see, gay, it does not necessarily imply anything about what you're into or what you're good at or, things like that. I think it's good to see that there is a broader world of all us queers. We do lots of stuff and we like different things and we're everywhere.
We're everywhere. We really are.
We really are.
Oh, God. And and then we also have to talk about, of course, Nanette.
Yes, which we're moving out of sports now. Not that I don't want to see Hannah Gadsby do figure skating or what does Gus Kenworthy do? It's ski cross or ski or something. I don't remember what it's called. I'm bad at all the names of all. There's so many new cool Olympics things these days, but I would love to see Hannah Gadsby do that. But out of the sports world into the comedy special on Netflix. If you have not watched Nanette, look, I have seen something. I have watched Nanette, and it is amazing, and everyone should see it. Hannah Gadsby just really, really breaks down a lot of, I don't want to say tropes, I want to say breaks through a lot of traditional comedy techniques to explain why they're used and why they can be hurtful in a lot of ways. Both for people at the community level and I think also individually for the people either making those jokes or telling those stories. It's really interesting. It's really thought-provoking. She does a beautiful job. It's also very funny at the same time. It's kind of like a comedy TED Talk, and it's great.
Yeah, and I feel like we also, while we're talking about comedy, do need to mention Cameron Esposito's latest comedy release, which is Rape Jokes. Which was also really powerful. So I think it's really important for us to all check that out.
Is that on Netflix too? Where is that?
I don't know if it's on Netflix actually. I think she just released it herself. Yeah, but you can find it on pbs.org.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So check that out. There is just so much. Guys, we could talk about 20Gayteen for 3 hours.
We're trying not to.
But it is also really exciting to me. So I just want to say how excited I am that we've had all of this representation just this year. And I really think 2019, I don't know what we can call it, but I think it will be gay too, you know?
Yeah, we need to come up with a gay name for 2019.
29 Queen.
29 Queen.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah,
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But I guess that's the end of our episode. So we know what this brings us into.
What is it time for?
Our Q and Gay.
Q and Gay.
Yeah. All right. So this week I'm going to be asking Lee some questions. So here we go. You ready, Lee?
I'm ready.
Speaking of Queer Eye, who is your favorite of the Fab Five? Anthony, Tan, Jonathan, Bobby, or Karamo?
Okay, I'm going to have to say we have been doing a lot of work on our house this year. So I'm going to go with Bobby.
Good choice, good choice.
I think, and we're going to have to figure out how to put that on the Twitter because there's 5 of them and we can only have 4 choices, but we'll work it out.
Yeah, one of them can be like one human being, but that's so hard to do. They're all so different.
They're all so different.
I would just take Anthony off, but I know people like him.
Maybe we'll start with an open poll of like, who do you think should go?
Who are we kicking off the Fab Five Island?
We'll roll a die or something. We'll
figure it out. Okay, question number 2. What is your favorite moment of 20Gayteen? A, Janelle Monáe and Tessa Thompson. B, Expectations Tour. C, Disobedience Release. Or D, Les Hangout Season 2.
Oh, man. Gotta bring it around with that last one, huh? I mean, I was gonna say Janelle Monáe and Tessa Thompson because, I mean, come on, world.
It was crazy.
But I'm gonna say, personally, my favorite moment of 2018 so far is getting Season 2 started, getting it out there. I'm super pumped for everything that's coming up.
Good choice, Lee. All right.
Go me. Pat on the back.
Question 3. Your favorite Hayley Kiyoko music video out of the following: Curious, Girls Like Girls, Sleepover, and What I Need.
I am going to say I think Curious. I just think there's something so fantastic about how over the top she is in that video. I love this story. I love music videos that are like, here's a story happening, as opposed to just like, here's, weird, like me in water, like,
yeah, and you're like, what? There's a weird hologram of Cardi B.
Yeah, there's a bird, and you're like, why? I don't know. So I love when music videos actually have like a story going on in them. And I love that she's just like, bam, here I am. I'm in your face, being gay, with all of these women just fawning over me and stroking me adoringly.
Gay sex
I think it's great. We need more of that.
Agreed. All right, and this is a pretty obvious answer, but, well, I don't know. Is it? Do you think that 2018 is our best year yet? Yes or no?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, I think 2018 has been a huge improvement over the past couple of years, for sure. I mean, I think 2016 was rough. 2016 was rough on lesbians.
Oh my God.
I think 20Gayteen for the gay community, there's a lot going on this year. There's been a lot. It's not perfect, but I think it's doing pretty good. Best year yet? I mean, I don't know. Why not? Let's give it to it and see what happens. What do you got left for us, 20Gayteen? To come.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Bring it on, but gay. That's what we have left in 2018.
God, I hope so.
Please. And remember, you can give us your own answers to this episode's Q and Gay questions on our Twitter at Les Hangout Pod.
And we are super excited to introduce another new segment. Segments everywhere.
New segments galore and new jingles galore.
Oh my God.
This one... I can't.
You can't. I think the problem is Ellie keeps letting me write jingles, and they're just getting
Is
more
it a
and more
problem?
ridiculous. I have no excuse.
It's sort of great.
So this new segment we are so excited to introduce is called Hip Hip We're Gay.
Let me hear you say hip, 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 we're gay.
All right. And Hip Hip We're Gay is going to be a new segment where we shout out some of our favorite things and people. We've just been hearing so much from you and building our community, and we want to shout out some of our favorite listeners for each episode.
Starting with Jess, who wrote us this, I'm going to say a novel. Can we call it a novel?
Yes. It will be published next year.
Novel. Under a pseudonym, I'm sure. But yes, we're going to find an editor. We're going to get it out there. It's going to be great. We just wanted to say we loved your email, Jess. It made us both so happy to read it. We are so glad that the podcast has meant so much to you and that it's helped with some of the stuff that you've been going through. That made us really happy.
Yes, and we want to give the biggest shout out to Erin.
Oh my God, Erin.
Erin, for probably the past few months or so, I think since our Should Have Been Gay Pitch Perfect episode, they have emailed us completely detailed responses to every single episode, and we love reading them. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get back because I just want to make sure I get every single point. There's so much in there.
There's so much.
But every week I look forward to hearing from Erin. So we just wanted to say thank you to you, Erin, for always chatting with us and giving your thoughts about our episodes.
Keep it up. We love it. We also introduced a new Patreon tier, which is our Lesbian Jesus tier.
Shout out to Haley Kiyoko.
So accurate, because these are people that we are just so thankful for. And so we want to shout out Amy and Ellen.
Which we all love. We know Amy and Ellen.
Our OG faves.
Kayla Kelly, who was featured on one of our episodes last season.
Yeah. And Lizette Stye. I hope I'm saying your name right. If it's wrong, please let us know. We just want to say thank you to you guys especially. We could not keep doing this without all of you and without all of our patrons.
You can find us on all the social medias at Les Hangout Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
You can send us an email at leshangoutpod@gmail.com.
Or you can check out our website at leshangoutpod.com.
And make sure that you subscribe so you'll be the first to know when there's new episodes coming out.
And we're also going to be posting every Wednesday on our YouTube channel this season, which we're really excited about. Our first video of season 2 out this week. So make sure you subscribe at youtube.com/leshangoutpod.
Woohoo! You can support the podcast in a bunch of different ways. If you want to become a patron supporter, you can check us out on bit.ly/lespatreon. We are super excited about season 2, and we're really trying to get our Patreon numbers up. If you become a Patreon before September 17th, you will be entered in a drawing to be featured in a season 2 episode.
And if you want to show your support and get some merch, you can find us on bit.ly/lesshop.
If you want to follow us individually, the best place to find me is on Instagram and on Twitter at LSHFoster.
And the best place to find me is on Instagram and Twitter at EllieBrigida. And with that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Lee.
And let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
Hi, I'm Laura Cathcart Robbins, and I am the host and creator of the podcast Only One in the Room. Every week, my co-host Scott Slaughter and I invite you to join us and lose yourself in someone's incredible Only One story. We talk to real people dealing with issues like infertility, the death of a loved one, human trafficking, and women who, fake it. Oh, and we want to be fair, so we talk to celebrities too. Emmy winners like actor John Cryer, supermodels like Amber Valletta, and rock stars like Ryan Dusick. Everyone is invited to share their Only One story with our listeners. With 21 seasons and counting, we guarantee you that Only One in the Room has a story that you'll connect with. This podcast is for anyone who has ever felt alone in a room full of people, which is to say that this podcast is for everyone. Download Only One in the Room on Apple or Spotify today.